Hello, hello. Welcome back to, I guess, another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy XI, the never-ending Let's Play that I don't update with any regularity anymore because the storyline has been done for like 10 videos. So I guess, I don't know, this is more like a check-in or something. Like, last time I was doing side quests, or said I was going to do side quests. We could do a bit more of those today. Although I am actually working on projects and things. I've kind of fallen back into the game. I wouldn't say hardcore, but I'm playing it pretty much every day for close to 2-digit hours. I don't remember exactly when I recorded last, but I felt the need to quit my job, not for the game, but just because of the office politics and someone who hadn't even been there 6 months getting promoted over me to be my boss when I had been there for 6 years. That kind of situation is just, proof is in the pudding. Like, I wasn't a perfect worker, no one is, but I don't think I deserve to get, they didn't even ask me. They were just like, yeah, we're promoting the lady who's been here 6 months. So she will kowtow to whatever we say. But that negativity aside, I made an Empyrean weapon, actually. This is the Farsha. It's a one-handed axe for Warrior and Beastmaster. And to make an Empyrean basically involves grabbing a weapon from this little chest over here. That's beside these Magian Muggles. And you just pick one of these weapons on the first list here, and you take it down the path that forces you to camp notorious monsters several times in a row per stage until you hit a stage where it says you need 50 of such and such an item from a specific NM. And in the case of the one-handed axe here, it was an NM called Fistjewel in Conchchat Highlands. And basically what I would do is I would camp an NM for the earlier trials, get a kill, and then because it was going to take, 20 minutes to an hour for the NM to be able to spawn again, or longer, I would just go into Abyssia and kill however many Fistjewels I could, which Fistjewel's on a 20-minute spawn timer, until it was time to go back and camp the regular NMs again. So the first stage flew by, but as you can see, there's nothing special on this stage, like other than the fact that the axe itself has a unique appearance. There's nothing special about it yet. However, in my unemployed state, I have been able to. I haven't been no-lifing Abyssia. I've been doing lots of sortie and other stuff too. But I've actually already completed the next trial, which is acquiring 50 Bukis' wings from Abyssia von Kurl. And Bukis is a giant Taurus NM that has Apocalyptic Ray for instant doom and Lithic Ray for petrification. But in today's world, you kill him in like 2 Savage Blades, so it's whatever. He's no big deal. Although, funny enough, there's another. He has 3 NMs. One's a Taurus, one's a Vampire, and one's a Gargoyle. And they all have Doom attacks. And Doom, unless you have Doom evasion or whatever, it can land. And even at master levels, you have to use Holy Water, or you'll die, or have your trust have Kursna and Holy Water, or you'll die. And there was actually a time or two when I was hunting for red weakness for their key items that I died because of Doom. It happened like twice. And it was because I wasn't using my own Holy Water like a dumbass. But here we have the level 85 version of the Empyrean which is when Empyreans, back in 2010/2011, Empyreans took over the game as the best weapons in the game, and they were considered the best weapons in the game for a long time. I think until like 2016 or 2017 or something. It was like all the way from the time the Empyreans came out till the time they reworked TP, basically. Because, and it was for several reasons. You see the aftermath? The aftermath on an Empyrean weapon, unlike a relic weapon, is just, it's always about damage, right? And on this stage, it's always occasionally deals double damage. And it works in 3 tiers. If you use a weapon skill at 1000 TP, you get level 1 Aftermath, which is a 30% chance for double damage for 30 seconds. If you use it at 2000 TP, you get a 40% chance of double damage for 60 seconds. If you use it at 3000 TP, you get, I think, 2 minutes? Or maybe it's 3 minutes. You get a long time with 50% chance to deal double damage. And this double damage, it stacks with set bonuses. It stacks with any other additional damage you might have. It can make your auto attacks quite powerful. And also back in the day, the Empyrean weapon skills came out before merited weapon skills. And with no other weapons to enhance merited weapon skills at the time, the Empyrean weapon skills were largely, again, until they reworked TP, were the strongest weapon skills in the game. And after they reworked TP, some of the Empyrean weapon skills are still the strongest weapon skill for their specific weapon type. But for the most part, most of the Empyrean weapon skills nowadays are niche and for skill chaining, as they were not, a lot of them were not focused on higher TP values giving higher damage. And I was pretty sure earlier in the Let's Play, I actually got all the Empyrean weapon skills. That was another thing that made Empyrean weapon skills so powerful, was their access was restricted. You either needed the Empyrean weapon or a Walk of Echoes version that had a less stringent trial in order to gain access to, and you had to use those weapons in order to use the Empyrean weapon skills. And so they were quite restricted, and that was why they were allowed to be so strong. So, you weren't exactly able to do all of the Empyrean weapon skills, regardless of whatever. But nowadays, and I don't remember exactly when they added it to the game, but if you just do the Walk of Echoes weapon, which is enormously easier to do, you can just go get the Empyrean weapon skill and use it with any weapon. And that's kind of another reason they fell out of, like, their powerful status. Everyone got to have them, so everyone got to see exactly how strong they were and do testing on them and figure out all the little intricacies. But as far as the Farsha goes, and the reason I chose to do it for Warrior is my Warrior seems to have taken over my life. We're up to Master level 36, and the grind is only getting shorter, but at the same time, each level is taking more and more time to obtain. Whew. It's not a bad thing or anything, but it is just kind of irritating. But the next thing we gotta kill is a Hydra called Alphard. And I don't remember if we did that on camera earlier in the Let's Play or what, but I seem to have killed him between 4 and 8 times already. We need 75 of his fangs. And I figure, I could probably show killing one of him on camera before we go do some more side quests somewhere. And of course, the reason I want to do side quests is because there's tons of them to do, and they just technically never end. Oh, we can throw away that one extra Bucus wing. I think you can use Bucus wings to reforge, I want to say Thief Empyrean armor, and probably another job or two. But I don't care. It's easy enough to get them that I just don't care. I need the inventory. But yeah, I've been getting up to all kinds of shenanigans in game. I actually had a friend from the Final Fantasy Auction House forum by the name of Jitaku. A couple years back, he offered to let me join his Dynamis link shell, but I was, at the time, I think I was still restricting Calm Wind's progress for story progression, and I said, sure, I'd love to, but, you know, I'm not really ready for that. Well, now I'm ready for that. And, you know, I think I said I was going to do it, but last year in the spring, I started the grind for the 10,000 job points, the 15-week grind for 10,000 job points so I could augment my own relic weapons. And we actually have fully augmented the Ragnarok. And I did record turning it in because there was a few unique dialogue pieces with Obero in Port Juno. But more or less, once you get it all the way upgraded to rank 15, he just says, I have upgraded this weapon as far as I can. I cannot upgrade it anymore. And it's actually made the Ragnarok pretty damn good. It's not bad at all. I mean, it's weapon skill damage, because it doesn't have any strong weapon skills. Like, strong... When I say strong, I mean, you know, within, like, the same realm as, like, Savage Blade. Because, like, as strong as Savage Blade is with the Nageling, there are weapon skills out there that are actually in league with it. And if they had an equivalent weapon that gave them a 15% boost and the attack bonus of Nageling, they would actually be stronger than Savage Blade. But there aren't any equivalent weapons for the weapon skills that are actually in that realm of power. However, Mighty Strike's resolution is still competitive if you gotta kill something really fast. And the auto attack damage on the Ragnarok is just, it's insanely high. Like, it's, the Nageling can't even keep up with the auto attack damage. So, in any short-term Zerg, the Ragnarok is still winning. Although probably not by like a lot, because it's so easy to max out the damage on Savage Blade. And you can get your weapon skill frequency, like, absurdly high. But I prefer it for a little bit of fun and also for skill chain properties. It has a lot better skill chain properties than Sword does, particularly on Warrior. Like, if I were a Paladin or a Blue Mage, I'd have a more expansive Sword, slightly more expansive Sword repertoire, particularly on Blue Mage, because Blue Mage gets access to a Gravitation weapon skill in Requiescat Cat, a Distortion weapon skill in Expiation, a Light/Distortion weapon skill in Chantucine, Fragmentation in Savage Blade, and then can technically bring all 4 of the level 2 properties with Chain Affinity, and have a Fusion property for skill chain purposes. Blue Mage is much better than any other sword job because of how it can use its spells as skill chain openers and also closers, but physical spells are so weak in this day and age that, like, they're not really considered for closing. The only reason when Blue Mage self-skill change, you close with a spell because you just ate all your TP with your weapon skill. But you can also, it's not something people do a lot, I don't think, but you can also just be like, oh, I can open, you know, even without having TP, for somebody else to close a skill chain with Chain Affinity. Let's see, what do we need? In order to spawn Alfard, he spawns like right over in, I think, that corner. And I think this is the Negishi Zeta. Oh, no, he spawns right here, never mind. Seems I've forgotten. Or maybe they moved his spawn slightly. Let's see, we need a Jaculus Wing, a Minaruja Skull, and a high-quality Wyver Hide. We also need to whip out our trusts. when we're in Abyssia, we want to try to proc red on any NM that drops a key item. So we want trusts that don't hit. And actually, Sylvia's just going to boost our damage by a lot. We don't need to boost our damage at all in here. Let's see, Koru Moru is a good choice because he will give us haste 2. He will increase our damage through Dia 3, but he will also... He doesn't melee or cast damaging spells, so it's okay. Let's see. I don't know, a little more regen never hurt anybody. Okay, let's see. We got Thief Sub and our Perfect Lucky Egg, so we have Treasure Hunter 3, even though we're on Warrior. I could actually come on Thief/Warrior, which I'm considering doing. For the simple reason that on Thief/Warrior now, you can get access to, with the level 1 scythes, great swords, and yeah, I think that's it. Pole arms. You'll get access to all the weapon skills you need for red procs. Same as Warrior. But you'll also have, Treasure Hunter 8 and the ability to raise the Treasure Hunter level on things. But I didn't think about that when I started recording today, so... Plus, I wanted to show off the Farsha. Alright. And actually, I guess we could show that off now. It's not going to be super impressive because it's not item level yet. But we can actually, I can show you the aftermath. And the funny thing is if we didn't already have Cloud Splitter, we would have just gotten access to it. But we already had it, so it's not that big of a deal. But you see, we got that blue, like, see my mouse cursor up here? We got this blue little star with a 1 by it. I don't think it's always had that 1, although it's been a long time since I used an Empyrean weapon. But it'll get bigger and brighter for each level of Aftermath we have. And you notice the level 1 Aftermath is super short. Barely worthwhile. But if I remember right, back in the day, the way people used to play it for Aftermath is you'd build up level 1 Aftermath, right? Because it's very short. And then you would use the next 30 seconds while having a little bit of Aftermath chance to build your TP until you could get to level 3 Aftermath. And then usually by the time you build up your 300% or 3000 TP or whatever, you would have enough to reapply your Aftermath at level 3. And the thing about it though is Empyrean Aftermath won't overwrite itself. Even a higher level of Aftermath, it won't overwrite a lower level of Aftermath. So you have to wait for it to wear off completely. You see, that's what the level 3 Aftermath for an Empyrean looks like. You see, big, bright blue, green, teal star in the center with a blue X through it and a 3. And you get it for, I guess, a minute and a half or something. And it's 50% double damage. Yeah, 50% double damage. And you notice our regular hits are, and the crits are in the realm of 500. But, I never got the high quality Wyber hide actually. Where is the spawn for this guy? There it is. And for these items that we're farming for Ningi Shizida or whatever, the only thing that affects their drop rate is Treasure Hunter and Yellow Proc. But we're not going to have access to Yellow Proc, so we just want to use Treasure Hunter. But yeah, and what you do basically nowadays, since you can't overwrite your Aftermath now, you use other weapon skills. And one of the reasons I'm making Farsha is that Mistral Axe and Calamity are in the realm of Savage Blade. And then the Aftermath is extraordinarily potent. Like, I'm sure if you've noticed, if you've been watching the damage in the log here, the Aftermath crits we're seeing, you know, are 800 to just under 1,000 damage. And that's with a non-item level weapon. This is a level 85 weapon. It's, you know, only got 68 base damage. And, I mean, it's also thanks to all of our other gear we've got. You know, we've got, like, in-game level gear at this point. But, you know, the fact that, look, even there's a critical hit for over 1,000. Right? Like, I mean, I guess we also are buffed in Abyssia with Cool War buffs and stuff, and some Atmas that increase our damage a bit. And then trust buffs, of course. But we're actually using pretty minor trust buffs. The trust bards are garbage. But you can imagine this though at item level, right? Like currently with the Nageling, like in here, I think our crits will be up over 2,000 or something. But when we get the Farsha to item level, it's going to be monstrously powerful. It's going to be so strong. I think it's going to be our best damage option for anything we can use Cloud Splitter on. The one bad thing about Farsha is that Cloud Splitter is elemental weapon skill. And that in itself is actually not bad. Elemental weapon skills can be pumped up to hit the damage cap. Particularly the stronger elemental weapon skills like True Flight on Ranger and Lead Salute on Corsair. I'm sure you could get Cloud Splitter kind of up there, but the thing about Cloud Splitter is it's got two things working against it. The jobs that it's on, they don't really have the best sets for magical weapon skills. Like the best gear I can get from magical weapon skills, and this is another thing I've got because the Link Shelf I joined, they carried me to do some Odyssey. I've got full Nyami now, but it's not augmented. I haven't done any RPing. And you know, full Nyami, there's nothing, especially when it's augmented, it's nothing to sneeze at. It's like 9 times out of 10, at least one piece of it worms its way into like each weapon skill setup, because you can put massive amounts of weapon skill damage on it. And you know, I've never showed any Nyami on camera. We've seen people run around in it, but you can see it has high stats in every attribute, except dexterity, I guess. And then high amounts of every type of accuracy and attack. And then loads and loads of magic evasion and evasion, loads of magic defense bonus. You get magic burst damage bonus, you get skill chain damage bonus, and you get pet stats. It is absurdly strong. And you can make it stronger. It has 4 augment paths. There's a TP phase, like restore TP and lots of accuracy. No one uses that because, like, it's not what you need. There's so many sets for TPing in this game already. Then there's a path for weapon skill damage. That's pretty much the go-to. There's a path for specifically pet stats. And that path is, I think, something that Beastmasters mainly bemoan as like if I want to be the best Beastmaster in the world and buff my pets the most, that's the path I should take, but it'll cost me, you know, the ability for me to do damage. Frankly, I don't think it's worth it, more than likely, but I'm not a Beastmaster main, although I'm strongly considering leveling it now because of how, let's see. It says the pop for Ningishita is at I7, so I guess this? Huh. I swear to God they've moved these. Anyway, this is our first Hydra here. We got to proc red on this guy, because if we don't, then we most likely won't get his key item, which is what we need to spawn Alphard. And this guy is just a standard Hydra. He's all the standard Hydra moves. Oh, sweet, we have red. It's ice. Ice can only be Greatsword, because Freeze Bite's the only ice elemental weapon skill that procs red. Okay. There we go, we got the key item. And we'll kill him with Farsha just because we can. Also, just because I think Farsha looks cool, and I want to use it. Let's see how high we can press things, shall we? Yeah, I've gotten all sorts of goodies. I've got a Warrior +2 mask that enhances my the duration of my motherfucker put on Magic Shield. What a slut! Oh, he put on. Huh. That's very strange. I thought Polar was the Magic Shield, but maybe it caused. Sometimes elemental weapon skills, they get blocked based on their weapon type versus the type of damage they deal. So sometimes it gets weird. There we go. Yeah, but the other crazy thing about Empyreans nowadays, that's going to be really nice about Farsha later in life, is that they... Oh, we didn't have his Atma either. How about that? Oh, he drops Warrior Seal bodies. That's interesting. We don't need those anymore, of course, but if we did, it'd be interesting. Frankly, I'm hoping to get Samurai Seal bodies from him. I know he drops those because I looked it up. But we're going to have to kill that guy as many times as we kill Alphard unless we build Amber Light and can get the key item from a big box. So it's going to be a while. Now see, the question marks are over here. But I have a distinct memory of fighting Alphard like over there. Or maybe, no, maybe my memory's just Swiss cheese. Like, it was in this corner. Maybe we pulled him over there to get him away from, like, the wyverns and stuff. That might have been it. But he's a green Hydra, and he's pretty cool. And if we didn't have Ningishita's Atma, then we probably don't have Alphard's Atma somehow. But I literally don't know why I would have killed Alphard, like, you know, 4 to 8 times. I don't know what I was going for. Maybe he drops a cool Great Axe that nowadays would be lock style. It's a blue and gold Amud style Great Axe. It's called the Widowmaker. I believe it has a 100% drop chance, so I can show it to you if we get it. And an Abyssia for proccing red, player strength is so high that you're better off using 1 damage weapons if you can. Neat. Okay, and now we're just going to put him in the ground because he does a very nasty curse poison aura or whatever, and as you can see, it's drastically reduced our HP and all of our trust HP, and is slowly, steadily killing us. I guess the aura stopped after a certain amount of time or something. Maybe because he's staggered. Atma of the Solitary One. I wonder what that one does. What a cool looking fucking monster, dude. Look at that. He's so fucking cool looking. Did we get 2 fangs? We got 2 fangs. That's what you want to see. You always want to see 2 fangs. One fang is guaranteed, but the second one is in a different drop slot and it's not guaranteed. So you gotta watch out. That's why you want Treasure Hunter. And I guess we did not get the Great Axe. We got a shield that gives 55 HP. No shield skill, and is on. Would not be better for any of the jobs that we can equip shields on than any of the other shields we have access to. But we could just hold on to it so that we don't get it again. So we can just like stop. Like, cause like we're gonna have to kill him so many times that if we just keep dropping it, we're gonna have to see it over and over and over. Now, the limiting factor on spawning Alphard is actually this NM Jaculus. Where is he at? He should be one of these huge P-Pucks. There he is. We need his wing in order to spawn Negi Jazida. And I think we can get the Venomous Fangs from Amber Chest. So it would be better if I spent time building Amber Light with elemental weapon skill kills. But you know, since this is a recording and we've got other stuff to do, it's just kind of like, nah. I'll just go ahead and get the Jaculus kill. See if we get the wing. We did not get the wing. How sad. Let's see, how good is that earring? It sucks. But yeah, there's no way to speed up the spawn time on Jaculus, so the fastest way through is to either farm Amber or basically you know, get a Jaculus wing and like put it in on the auction house or something for an exorbitant fee and hold so that no one can buy it, or if they do, you'll be very happy. And then get another Jaculus wing and just like hold Jaculus wings. And then, you know, basically every time you kill Alphard, you just, instead of looking for Jaculus, who you might be facing competition for, you would just go get one of your other wings, or buy them off the auction house, and come back. Other than that, I think it's Amber all the way. Let's see. The wiki actually says that we can't, it doesn't mention that we can get the Venomous Fang out of Amber Chest, so we might not be able to. But I'll find out one way or the other when I get back in there and get more serious about grinding that down. Got to get 65 more fangs, so we have to fight him a minimum of 33 more times, a maximum of 65 more times. So it's going to be a lot of Hydras in my future. Let's see. I promised more side quests, so we could go do more side quests. Let's see. I don't remember exactly what I was doing side quest wise. I know we were antagonizing safe hold last time. Guess we'll find out here. Let's see. I think I talked to Justinian last time and got the key item from him for doing a real simple fight up in Monarch Lyn. Yeah. You can only do it once per conquest tally, and I did it off camera at some point, but it's the same exact thing every time, so you might notice from the title of this video, you know, side quests check in, but they don't check out. Some side quests, a lot of side quests in this game, they don't ever, like, there's no end to them. They're repeatable. You just get to do them as many times as you want. And every time you'll do it, it'll raise your regional fame, and you'll get a reward. And it's always the same reward. Sometimes there's varying lists of rewards. If I remember right, the reward for this quest is actually usually a rare exclusive item that's level 20 that you can use on any level job to give yourself, I think any level 20 job or higher, to give yourself experience points. So it's straight up worthless to us. But back in the day, there was some other versions of the item that you could use for weird re-raise level up strats or something. Like apparently for some fights, it was like, it could be time effective, save you a little bit of wait time if you oh hey look, we have the record on it. I thought the record on a fight cleared every week. Maybe it's different for fights you can only do once a week though. Because how then would anyone ever see your, well, I don't know. Yeah, we had the record because I came in here on Blue Mage and I just casted a spell and killed this thing in one hit. But the actual cool thing about this fight is it's a recreation of the Chapter 2 Tag 5 fight, except the number of mammoths that you fight scales with the number of players you bring, and you can bring an entire alliance. And I think for every 2 players you bring, there's 3 mammoths. So yeah, you gotta watch out. Like if you bring an entire alliance, I think you wind up fighting like actually I can just look it up. I think you wind up like fighting like 24 mammoths or something. But it's a level 75 uncapped quest, so like if you were to do that nowadays, it would still wouldn't be any challenge. These other ones are E&Ms, and they are level capped, and I don't think we could beat any of them solo on Warrior if we get brought down to the level cap, so we're not going to do any of them. But since we're here, we might as well do the high tier battlefield for Oryu. I could have sworn we already did this one on normal before, but it's been a while and I don't remember jack or shit. Jack left town. And Oryu takes off into the air, but this is such an old high tier battlefield that we should just be able to kill him without much thought. We're so strong now at Master Level 36, we can beat basically every high tier battlefield that's in existence, at least on very easy, except for maybe Odin, because I think Odin still does Zantetsuken X on very easy, and that's instant death, so it's just kind of like, eh. But, not hitting him very hard. I got the right sword on, right? Maybe he just actually has good defense. How about that? Oh, I wish I was Dragoon sub. Oh, his slow overrides haste too. That's pretty wild. Okay. Won't be too bad. Let's see if we can kill him before he takes off. Congratulations, we can. Huh, didn't kick us out of the fight yet? He's dead though, so I guess there's a slight delay. Oh neat, I broke the clear time for the savage. Let's see. And the thing I'm kind of hoping to get from that and from the other one is you can get an item called a Cloud Evoker. And the Cloud Evoker lets you do a fight, the actual fight against Oryu from the level 75 era that you used to take a whole alliance to do, because he is strong as a Great Worm of level 95 and could whoop yo ass, but also drop really cool stuff. Like an item needed for doing Bahamut version 2, which I don't think I ever did on camera or anything. So, oh, I accidentally left the. Okay, it'll be faster for us to just warp. Oh, but we got a minute on our warp ring. Man, okay, I guess we'll see how far we get on a mount to the zone line in a single minute. Oh, we're gonna have to get off our mount unless the door opens automatically for us. Sag. I think there's actually a zoning screen, and that's why the door didn't open. But yeah, if we actually got to do Oryu Cometh, there's these 4 sandworms that spawn in Oryu's fight. And I think the reason that they exist is, one, to be a nuisance, because they act like ads, but also for your melee damage dealers to build TP on while Oryu is in the air, because not every... Is that an NM? Oh, neat. Okay, yeah, we'll kill him. I don't think he's for any trials or anything. I don't remember him at all. It's a unique red bat. Kinda neat. Oh, he drops the vampire cloak and vampire boots. How about that? Are those rare exclusive? Oh, no, they're not. Not at all. Oh, maybe I did just fuck up a bunch of trial people. Whoops. Sorry to them. Let me see how bad I fucked those people over. Because I did not even think about that until I was already killing it. It's much stronger at night than during the day. 21 to 24 hour respawn. Drops vampire boots, cloak, earring, and mask. So we got half the drops. Oh, the vampire earring is a earring from the 75 era. That's level 67. Gives you 4 strength and 4 vitality at nighttime. There's an item level version of that from a Unity NM now that gives 8 to strength and vitality, and I think dexterity and agility as well, but from dusk till dawn, so you get an extra 6 minutes of the stats, and then you can augment it to give you the stats permanently, and then during Dusk Till Dawn you get plus 16 instead of just plus 8. And it's used in some weapon skill sets as the best weapon skill option. Yeah, Vampire Mask is a crappy mask, usable by a very weird job selection that gives accuracy plus 3 at nighttime. Okay. What do the boots do? I got the boots. Nighttime, evasion plus 10. Interesting. Okay. We're close enough to the zone line now that I'm just going to dismount. So we can hear the actual zone music. Apparently somebody made an add-on for, I think, the Windowware version of the game or whatever, the Windowware add-on to the game that lets you use a feature called Mount Muzzle that turns off the mount music. But my question is, it turns off the mount music, but does it turn off the zone music too? Because the entire point of turning off mount music would be to hear the zone music, and that's something that still annoys me to this day, that I can't just turn off the mount music and just hear the zone music, because I tell you, I am not feeling the mount music at all. But yeah, our other options to get a Cloud Evoker to do the actual level 75 Oryu fight are they're called ENMs. I don't remember why they're called ENMs, but I guess I could also look that up. I only ever did a few of them back in the day, because by the time I had access to them, they are 6-person fights, and a lot of them are level capped. And so what most people would do was they would form a static for doing them, and they would only do the level 75 ones or level 70 ones together, and 6-person static, so not a lot of room to bring people. Although I got to go a few times when people were missing for the week or whatever, because you could do them I think once a week or once a conquest tally or something. There was this cool one on Eula Grand Range called Brothers, which featured 2 Taurus NMs that got referenced in Final Fantasy XIV's Eureka Pathos or Pagos. Okay, yeah. He was gonna give us Meritet's memoirs again. Disgusting. And the thing is that since it's not from a drop pool, I think he can just try to give it to you over and over again. So there's no point in just holding on to it. Because, like, he'll try to give you one and you won't be able to take it even if you have inventory space, because it's rare exclusive. So, but, like, you just gotta... You just gotta deal with it. Okay. And I'm sure, like, if I hopped on Red Mage / Ninja, I could probably do quite a few of these ENMs that are level 75 cap. And I might think about doing a video with that just to show them off. Some of them, though, have high tier battlefield variants already. Only some of them, though. I don't know. Well, actually, I guess only... No? Well, I don't know. Let's see, where are all the places I can get Cloud Evoker from? But yeah, there's all sorts of fights that this game has that just a lot of people have never done, that you could, I guess, technically count as side quests. But the reason people have never done them is because they either drop nothing or they drop nothing that's worthwhile. And it's sad, but it schwiz what it schwiz. Yeah, I think that uninvited guests, the one we just did with the mammoth, I think that's the only one that's uncapped. Because the rest say level 75 cap, and I think it would be suicide to attempt them without just being like red mage / ninja or something. And there's also just these weird requirements, like items you need in order to access them, and we might have some of them, like, and I think most of them go into the temporary key items. Like this monarch beard here, that's the reason we have access to all those other E&Ms up there, those other fights you saw in the listing. Let's see, shaft gate operating dial. What's this? When fitted into the gate leading to mineshaft 2716, this jeweled dial can be used to rotate the passages, allowing travel to different rooms. Okay. But this is shaft operating dial. It's not shaft 2716 operating lever, which we only get if we trade a Sylvan Stone to Twink Bricks, and we only get Sylvan Stones from Bugbears. This is a Movo Polos one. I wonder if you can summon trusts in E&Ms. I somehow don't think so, but I guess I could Google it. If we could use trusts, we could just do some of them on Warrior as sort of like a side quest venture, although I don't think they generate any fame. Google's doing this thing. I guess we could just always find out on our own. Can't use them in Dynamis or Salvage. No, you can use them in Dynamis. Must have changed what. I guess we can just find out if we just go get the stuff. Where is Twink Bricks? Like I said, if we could use trust, we could just do it on Warrior and it'd be fine. It'd be worth it to show off these old fights. But let's see, where do I get the fucking Sylvan Stone again? Bugbear Matman, Bugbear Trashman, Bugbear Watchman, Bugbear Deathman, Goblin Swordsman. Okay, so basically mostly Bugbears and one Goblin. They're all immovable Polos. So let's go to Movopolos, or Movopolis, I guess, if you want to get that way. But I say Movopolis because... Where is it? See, there's no I in it. It might be an old spelling of polis, but you know, you got a metropolis, right? And that's, I guess that's the play on it, Movopolis. Right? But no, it looks like Movopolos to me. It always has. But I've heard some people say in voice chat Movopolis. Don't have much of a reason to go here ever because there's not any item level enemies here. There's no, there is a, bunch of quests here for TVR, for the missions for TVR, but we already did all those. The real question is, how long do I want to make this video? It's already pushing on an hour now. Let's see. After we kill this moblin, let's pull out some hasters. Why does my damage feel so low? My damage shouldn't feel this low. I've probably gotten too used to walking around with buffs. Care about moblin thread. I should have put that scroll on the auction house. We can put up some of our Abyssio weapons for now. But yeah, I do come here like once a month to fight a Lich and from the Records of Eminence objectives from the end of TVR that you spawn right over there. But it's so close to the home point that you know, like you just come here once and then you're done. So it's kind of like a non-thing. It doesn't really matter that much. Let's see. Love the music here though. It's got that fun goblin, moblin, like wackiness to it. Let's see. The swordsman, yeah, it said that he can drop the Sylvan Stone, so we want to aggro him. And we're gonna aggro all these guys anyway, so it just kind of doesn't matter. Although I suppose we'll go ahead and kill him so that we stop having so many of them. Hey look, he dropped 2 Sylvan Stones. Now I gotta remember where Twink Bricks is. Okay. Gotta love Bellcleave. Bro, are these moblins giving over 200 gil per kill? Oh, not all of them. Not all of them. So normally you'd want to keep those jars of fire sand because you'd use them to open up the right gates to go to the E&M or something. Because back in the day, no home point warp existed to get back here. But let's see, where is Twink Bricks? Because I don't remember where he is at all. Olton Movopolos at E13. Okay, we're in Newton Movopolos right now. E13. Okay, so he's in the entrance, right by the entrance from North Gustaberg, so, or Gustaberg, so we could just go that way. Let's see, it's a level 75 E&M, and on the off chance that we can't use trusts, what would be our best sub job we could bring to it? As a warrior, because I don't feel like switching jobs right now. As I do think it would be phenomenally easy on like Red Mage / Ninja, just like all the other 75 content. Like, you saw all the stuff I killed at level 75 Red Mage, even without trust. You know, like I was able to solo Arapago Remnants as a level 75 red mage slash ninja, including the chariot boss that had 50,000 HP. And this boss we're gonna go fight only has 9,700. So our options on warrior are like either go completely ham with like samurai sub job or something, or you know, bring a job sub job that we can heal ourselves on. Let's see, if we were to use Dancer Sub, we wouldn't yet have access to Haste Samba. We'd be using Drain Samba. I think Drain Samba 2. And we could lower its defense with Box Step. But that would actually slow down our kill speed because we'd be wasting TP on moves. And then to heal ourselves, we'd also have to use TP. If we sub White Mage, we get access, or Red Mage, I think, we get access to Haste 1 on ourselves, as well as Stone Skin. So that'll give us the greatest attack speed increase, other than Samurai Sub will give us 10% job haste from Hasso, which is only 5% haste, less haste than the spell haste. But we want to get that when we have to use Sang and Third Eye to try to keep ourselves alive. If we were to sub Ninja, we'd get Shadows, which could be helpful, but we don't have any haste to maintain them. If we sub Blue Mage, we get access to Cocoon and I think Wild Carrot, which is both a defense increase and a healing spell. Might be the way to go. I mean, I really think we'll be able to use Trusts, but I'm going to sub Blue Mage just to just to. Oh, I also got this other really slick axe from Odyssey. This really cool guy named Tathamet, who basically he has a 6-box setup. He is one of those wonderful people who owns 6 accounts and he automates 5 of them. And I can't complain about it because he's given me an extreme advantage by doing stuff for me. But man, where did I put the axe? Yeah, but you can see I've been crafting some riverfin soup. Oh, there it is. Ikinga's axe. Look at this monstrous axe. It's got 192 base damage, 15 strength, 15 dexterity, 40 accuracy, 30 attack. It's even got magic accuracy, which I guess would help your cloud splitters go unresisted. 255 skill, 10% crit rate, 5% weapon skill damage, and you can augment it. And I've looked up the augments, and if you get enough RP from the monster it comes from to augment it all the way, it eventually gets like, I think it's 45 more attack, and then like 15 more base damage. I don't remember the other part, and then 500 TP bonus that also works on the offhand. It's a monstrous weapon that's really, really good. Someday I'm going to be able to dual wield it with my Farsha when I get them both completed. Today is not that day, but you know. I figure we'll try using one-handed axe because it'll swing faster than regular axe, and we'll have access to Calamity, so we'll still be able to do a really big hit weapon skill. Of course, we could just use sword and we'd have access to Savage Blade anyway, so that might actually be the way to go. Yeah, because this is a level 75 E&M actually. So yeah, Savage Blade is going to be the better option still, sadly. Let's see. But if we can use Trust, the points kind of moot. But yeah, the other weird stipulation about this E&M is normally Twink Bricks, you can gamble with him or trade him, I think, a Snow Lily to make him teleport you to Mineshaft 2716. But if you get this key item for the E&M, he will take the key item back from you if you use him to warp. And I guess that was the other reason you had to walk through Movopolis back in the old days. But nowadays you can just go leave and go use a home point warp, because the home point warp can't take anything from you, and like it's right there next to the entrance, the same entrance you'd go to if you walked there and used fire sand to open the gates. Although if we're Blue Mage sub, we're actually going to have to set our spells, which is actually going to fuck up, I think, the spells I have set on Blue Mage main job, but oh well. See, we already got Cocoon set, that's the most important one. I don't think we're going to be able to land any of these other ones, but... Oh, and you know, like some of these, we're actually going to have to wait till we're in the fight to set the spells, because Blue Mage sub right now is going to show us stuff that we won't have when we get synced down. So if we try to set any of it, it'll come unset anyway. In order to not have to hear mount music to get there quickly, we will use the Noble Chocobo so we can hear the Chocobo theme. Yeah, Odyssey, I'd like to show it off in a recording sometime, but there's two events you do there. You do segment runs, which are like these 3 separate walks. It takes place in a Walk of Echoes type zone. It's the same zone as Walk of Echoes, but it's called, it's Odyssey. And then it's called Sheol, which is like some, I think, like warrior afterlife from Jewish mythology, if I'm remembering right. Because apparently they have one of those. Or something like that. And random monsters spawn that have unique physical weaknesses and resistance. Though usually it lines up with what their natural resistances are in the base game, or the rest of the game. They also take additional damage or normal damage from other types. Like the one I can think of the most is there's I think bats and colibris that take extra damage from slashing, but also still take extra damage from piercing. So you use either of those, but if you were to use a blunt weapon, they take 0 damage from blunt weapons. And then like there's skeletons that take enhanced damage from slashing and regular damage from blunt, but then 0 damage from piercing. Stuff like that. And when you go in there, you know, it's basically like a mob fiesta. Like you run through and you kill them. They drop these things called Moogle segments that you use to buy key items to fight boss monsters. Along with a couple other things, I think. And then at the end of the run, when you touch the exit, you get gil proportional to the amount of monsters you killed. You have 30 minutes, and if you kill enough monsters in a typical run, you get around 1 million gil. So it's really lucrative, and the gil just comes straight from the game itself. So like every gil dumping thing they do in the game, like airship fees and auction house tax, it doesn't hold up against this, because you can do it literally every day. Every day you can spend 30 minutes and make 1 million gil if you have a decent group. And sometimes I've seen as high, I've done it enough now where I've seen as high as 1.3 million gil from a run. And it's crazy. But yeah, then you use your Moogle segments from that to buy key items called Moglophone 2, and you need 3 of them. And then you can enter the second Sheol space, or I guess technically the fourth Sheol space. Oh, this is another side quest where you gotta escort this guy, but I'm never doing it. I've never done it, never want to do it. Does not sound pleasant to do. F minus, baby. Get out of my face. He's gonna annoy me till the day I die, but... blech. Okay, so now we give old Twink Bricks here the Sylvan Stone. Okay, so we got the key item. Now we just warp out. And then we use the home point. Back in the day, we'd need 4 fire sand and preferably a whole party to then walk through Movopolos. And they each have to go in from... there's 2 different, you know, paths. One would have to go on the north path, and one would have to go on the south path. And you have to coordinate trading fire sand into these furnaces that cause gates to open and shut until both groups are able to get through all the way. But nowadays, we just cheat because of home point warps. But yeah, the 4th Sheol area is for bosses only. It's called Sheol Jail, and jail spelled the old way, you know, G-A-O-L. And basically, like, you walk in, there's a Moogle so you can change your job because apparently there's like job restrictions. And there's sub-job restriction as well. You have no sub-job while you're in Sheol Jail. And you go in, and there's boss monsters. And they're like very dark versions of the Nyack Walls from Seekers of Adulin. And they have varying difficulty levels called Vengeance levels. And Vengeance level 0, they're pretty easy to beat. I probably could have done it myself, like, not with trust, but like by you know, shouting for people around my same master level and gear level. Like, I could have probably easily done R0. They have like, I think like maybe 1,000,000 HP. And yep, can't use trusts. Cannot use trust in E&Ms. Okay, so we're probably boned, but we can give it a try here. Let's see. I don't know what spells we'll want to set, but it looks like our stats are still pretty good because we got all of our merits. We got stat bonuses from our gear in a pretty high amount, it looks like. And we're about to get more from our spell setting, so that'll be neat. Oh, we get a mildly good healing spell in Wild Carrot. Looks like we can also set auto regen. See, more vitality never hurt anybody. Let's see, we could go for more strength, or we can go for other stats or traits. Though I don't think many of them are going to help us here. Let's see, more HP never hurt, but let's see. Let's see if we can make conserve MP as a trait. We need at least 8 points. Okay, we get 4 if we set Chaotic Eye. Clear Mind is rested MP. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna get conserve MP, but oh well. There's only so much you can do with blue sub. So I guess now we'll just go for a little bit of strength and stuff or something. Sproutsmack can inflict slow. I don't think we're going to have the magic accuracy to inflict it, but whatever. Okay, we also get to put on... Oh, we can put on our defending ring to actually get some PDT. I don't think any of the PDT from our Impy armor carried on down, but we'll see. Oh yeah, the other thing, I had these warrior beads that I spent 40 million on, and I finally get to augment them because I get to go to Dynamis now, and they're almost fully augmented. They're becoming very powerful. Makes me very happy. I got any sort of healing items I could be using? Doesn't look like it. I should have probably picked up some vial elixirs if I was going to be doing this on warrior. Ugh. I was a foolish fool. But hey, if we die, we die, right? So, it'll be okay. Plus we can see if, like, we can lower his accuracy or something. And if headbutt will actually land. Doesn't look like any of the spells effects are actually landing. Oh, we should have had retaliation on from the get-go. And we'll just save up TP to, I guess, 300% and then try to burst out or something. And we'll, like, burst on Berserk, Warcry, Aggressor, Warrior Charge. And then we'll turn off Berserk and, like, start healing ourselves or something. See, you see he has a guard rate, though, and a counter rate. He can guard our Savage Blade, reduce the damage by an awful lot. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Maybe we need to go ahead and start spamming Wild Carrot. We gotta reapply Cocoon, too, because he's not exactly tickling us. I think if we had Mighty Strikes, we might be able to kill him in a single Savage Blade. Can't remember, is this cast time for this really quick? It is. Okay. So now we're going to risk it for the biscuit. Even though we're already risking it for the biscuit. Oh, no. No, we're boned. Seems like his attack speed slowed down. I don't know, we got, I guess, one more cast of Wild Carrot. Now, I wish we had access to Sanguine Blade right now. Oh shit, I should have just been doing Savage Blade at 100%. We're boned. Blip. Let's see, we lost the key item on entry, right? Yeah, it's absent too. Okay. So do we get to retry if we lose? I'll totally retry that. Like, that's totally winnable for us if we just bring some Vile Elixirs and some scrolls for Protect Shell. Of course, we have to get a Sylvan Stone again, so... Let's see. What order should we do that in? Looks like we're going up over an hour and a half, boys. I hope you have been enjoying it so far if you're still watching. Although I don't know who watches my channel anymore. I haven't had any comments on it in eons, not even from the person that I thought was watching it. My guess is they either got bored of it or they hit a point where I became annoying. Which I can't blame them for. I can't blame them for being annoyed by me. Let's see. So let's just take off. We know these don't. That doesn't work, and that's not going to get us conserve anything. So we might as well just. Let's see. We can only set up to 25 points in there, so we might as well set spells we know are going to give us more strength for a higher Savage Blade. So it looks like we could get, I guess, 3 more strength. It looks like. Yeah. So that'll be our setup for Blue Mage sub. And I would like some scrolls, because these scrolls are the Stone Skin's like over 200 HP and the Protect and Shell are tier 3. And of course we're going to use Rabbit Pie again because Rabbit Pie is awesome. There's 100 attack and defense for us, 5 strength, 5 vitality. Oops, I'll put that away. Oh, the most important thing is actually the Vile Elixirs, because we'll need them for actually living. I don't think these sell for any good amount of money, but I guess I can check real quick. Let's see, Vampire, Cloak, go. Sells for 15k on the auction house. Vampire Boots sell for 10k on the auction house. So, and they sell at a dead slow rate. So yeah, I'm just going to NPC them to get money immediately. And also clear my inventory up. Okay. We could probably also bring an Icarus Wing, but I don't think we'll need an Icarus Wing. I might slap myself for that later. But maybe a few high potions would also do the trick, because they're really fast use, and they also just they can't be interrupted, so they might save our bacon. Might use them before the Vile Elixir, since the elixirs are so much more expensive and also so much more useful in every content. I tell you, it's a really it's something that not a lot of people do in general content, but I've always found that if you bring Vile Elixirs along for yourself to use, it can really save your bacon, like even on melees. You just, if you need them, you can use them. And if some of your teammates need them, you can just slot them into your Bazaar real quick for some low amount of gil and then scream at them in voice chat or in party chat to buy the elixir and use it. I did that to my brother in Swordy. He's like, he dual boxes a lot, and he's a manual dual boxer. He actually plays both characters. Doesn't have a script for either of them. And he oftentimes forgets to macro into his refresh set while we're walking around, and then he's like, we get to a boss and he's like, oh, can you give my Geomancer refresh to our red mage? And it's just like, yeah, he can, bro, but like, where the fuck is your refresh set? And it's a little bit funny, like. Just a little bit funny. But only a little. Only slightly. Only slightly. Huh. Two of you had the audacity to live through that. How dare you? Now, hopefully our chance at beating the ENM is not like it's not like one attempt like we lose and we can't ever do it for the rest of the week or something. Because I'd very much like to beat it. Yeah, I got to be in a group that did this once, and then also a group that did Brothers once. And then there's this other one in Boneyard Gully in Ottawa Chasm called, well, I don't remember what it's called, but you fight an antlion that pit ambushes you in the arena. So it gets the first hit on you, and then you get to fight it. And that one used to drop the, or still drops the infamous Hagen great katana that samurai used to be the best weapon for samurai to use because it gave well, back in the day it gave 100% TP bonus, so all your weapon skills acted like they were going at 200%. Nowadays it would be called a 1000 TP bonus. And lots of Sams lusted after that fight, and the Hagen would sell for like 3 million gil. But I think when I did the fight, I think the Hagen actually dropped. And normally in groups like that, you would sell it and split it, you know, 6 ways. So 3 million, you'd make a 3 million gil drop would make your group 500k apiece. But the group I was in, the samurai didn't have it yet, and he was like, "Let me have that. Let me have that. Let me have that." And we just let him have 3 million gil basically. But me personally, at 75 cap, and I'm probably totally wrong mathematically, but I always felt like Hagen was overblown. Because except in like EXP parties, and the reason for that is that Samurai gets TP faster than everybody else, and that's still true nowadays. And on anything endgame level, like the Smith, I guess the Samurai could like just spam weapon skill and then save up again the skill chain. But honestly, I don't know, it just felt like you could get, you know, you could just do more weapon skills anyway than everybody else. And the Hagen had no other stats on it, and relatively low base damage compared to other great katanas. But maybe that was just me being cheap. But I always just used the Onimaru great katana, which was like the latent effect. I think it was like 80 base damage, and then like, I don't remember, like 7 attack and or 17 attack and like 10 accuracy or something. So it was like this really strong great katana while the latent was active, and then the latent would turn off over 100% TP. you can come back on the 8th, February 4th. Oh, is it really? Did I really waste my one shot? Oh. Oh. Man, that really sucks. So, wait a minute. Let me look at the calendar here. February 2025 calendar. Bro, it's not just once a conquest tally or something. It's every, let's see, today's the 30th, right? So today, tomorrow, so 24 hours, 72, 96. It's every 120 hours. Damn. That's some old Final Fantasy 11 for you. We all we did was suck and die, and we can't even retry the fight for 120 hours. Holy shit. Well, at least it's easy to get to nowadays. Like it doesn't matter because it's easy to get to. But wow. That's just that's classic 11 right there. Oh man. Now I'm like demoralized. But I guess what we could do is we could go see if we have enough seals to trade in for like another come on, brain. Another up in arms. Because up in arms is always fun. Except when you lose. But wow. That's just sad. Like, I'm sad that we actually had a chance at winning, and like, the reason we didn't win is I just didn't bring medication. Go figure. I wonder if we get titles for ENMs. Bionic bug. Let's see. Participation. Recommended 6 members. Maximum you can bring is 18 members, but the fight will scale and become harder. You get any title? Or anything? No? Huh. Let's read the testimonials. Easy win with Red Mage and Geo locked in item level gear. Can sleep, gravity, and bind. And frazzle, acumen, focus, so it's really easy to kill with magic. Yada yada. The worst part about being 75 cap is your casting time. So bring fast cast gear. Last February 8th, 2024. Okay, well we're just gonna meathead it next time. Maybe that'll be my next recording. Let's see. I guess we could go try the other ENMs, maybe. Let's see. We want the ones that are 75 cap though, because if we... Oh, I don't know if I want to do that now, because that would be... we'd have to climb that stupid mountain and out of a chasm. Let's see. Zephyr Fan. How do you get a Zephyr Fan? Speak to Zabata and Neela Grand Range. He will give you a cotton pouch. You must scale the mountain and then slide down the western slope. Your goal is to land at the southernmost ledge just above the bottom of the slope. When you land, enter the cave behind you to find the Chamnate spring and trade the cotton pouch to receive Chamnate ice. Trade the ice back to Zabata for the entry item Zephyr Fan. Climb to the top of Yeehaw Grand Range to H8. During clear weather, an ice wall will open up to allow passage to the east. Follow this tunnel to I-7 to zone into Bearclaw Pinnacle. The home point warp can also be used instead. You will fight the Elder Tar and the Minder Tar. Highly resistant to sleep and charm and silence. Casts Cure 4, Protect 4, Shell 3, draws and can use Apocalyptic Ray, which causes doom regardless if you're staring at him or not. Minotaur is susceptible to Gravity Bind. Semi-resistant to sleep, highly resistant to silence and lullaby, and immune to charm. Cast Cure 5, but only when one of their HP is below 50%. No discussion. We'd have to go to the old wiki to see any sort of info. Battlefield, blah blah blah. Buffs were on entry, level 75 cap. They both must be defeated to win. They have approximately 4,500 HP. Oh, wrong one. Okay. Okay, so we can get 30 Beastman seals right now. I don't remember if I had any left after a few days ago. I did I recorded like 2 hours with no commentary of just doing up in arms, just in case I got a crack club. I did 17 runs of up in arms, and you know the way I do it's pretty slow, ranging from 2 to 7 minute kills, compared to Puppet Master's like 30-second to like 2-minute kills. But either way, I'll have to try it on Puppet Master someday. But I just I didn't get a crack club on a full moon, and I actually got all 17 runs in before the full moon ended. So it was just kind of one of those oof sort of moments. Let's see. Did I not? Oh, there they are. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of Kindred Crests from just killing monsters in Abyssia. If we do the trade-in thing, we might be able to do an up-in-arms run. Oops. God damn it. I've been suffering from my controllers. I had to switch over to an older controller because the controller I had been using, for whatever reason, the D-pad fucked up, and it's decided that it needed to constantly try to tab through targets, which caused extreme problems with menuing. Because if you press left or right when you're in a menu, it takes you up or down the list, like page up and page down. And yeah, it was causing me severe problems, making me use skills that I didn't mean to use and stuff like that. So I had to switch back to an older controller. And the first older controller I used didn't seem to have any issues, other than for some reason there was an extreme latency between button presses and the menus popping up or going through, especially with the square button, but also with the X button for confirming things. So that controller, I was like, eh. So then I looked through my other old controllers to see if any of them worked better, and I found a black one that actually did work better. And at first it was perfect. I was just like, oh, this is perfect, this is great. Is Mighty Strikes back yet? It is, okay. No, but we're not Paladin sub, are we? We need to grab Paladin sub real quick if we're going to do up in arms. But, Sorry about that burp. That just came on. All the talking, I've drawn air into my stomach. Oh! And now that I mention it, it happens again. But yeah, I'd go try the Brothers E&M, but I don't know how long it would take me to get the key item we need to enter it. I also don't know if I'd be able to beat it alone on Warrior. And I don't think it would be just super simple easy on Red Mage / Ninja. I mean, it might be. Like, you might be able to just bind the smaller brother or whatever and then kill the bigger brother. And if I could silence them, then they wouldn't be able to cure one another. What was I doing? I need to change subjob. Change subjob. Come on, we can do this. Alright, we've got everything we need to defeat Up in Arms. Although part of me wonders if an omelet sandwich would be better to use, because I'd gain a bunch of HP, I'd get 120 HP, a bit of dexterity, a bunch of accuracy, a bunch of vitality, and a bunch of defense. But the rat pie is going to give me defense and attack, and strength, which is going to make my weapon skills stronger, so we'll see what happens. I mean, I know I'm going to win, because I've won before. Oh hey, that's the guy. Right there, that's Tathamet. He's pretty cool. He walks around in fully augmented Sakpata's armor, which I wish I had. Oh, what a cool guy. Yeah, in order to fully augment your Odyssey armor, you have to beat the highest level Vengeance difficulty available, which is Vengeance 25. But in order to access Vengeance 25, you have to beat like Vengeance 15 and then Vengeance 20 first. And so it's a lot of like fighting the bosses over and over. Apparently to earn rank points at each stage, though, you don't have to kill the bosses, you just have to deal a certain amount of their HP and damage. And you can just like deal that amount of HP and damage and you'll get full rank points and you can just leave. But each time you attempt to fight them, you have to buy more Moglophone 2s. And so it's like, there's also this thing called like a Moogle amplifier or something that causes, why can't we enter the fucking thing? Are there just a bunch of people here doing Up in Arms for some reason? Usually you don't see anybody doing it in it unless it's fucking full moon. I don't know why these people are here. Maybe there's a bunch of people on Amen Trove or something, but the Amen Trove doesn't take any time. Okay, bring up the list so I can go in. I wonder if there's some this is making me wonder if there's some secret time to do it, where the drop rate for Hurricane Club is better or something than the supposed full moon. Everyone's always said the full moon makes drop rates happen more often, but as far as I am aware, it's just not true. It's been a while since I did this. I wonder what our stats are at. 20, 20, 20. Do I got a stat ring I can put on that would give me more stats? I sure do. Okay, so we just want to have a little bit of fun. Oh, I didn't bring an Icarus wing. I might actually be boned then. We'll see what happens. Yes, let me build TP upon you, you slutty McSlut slut. Just want to build up over 200. I'll bust my remedies out, use them to not be blind. My controller could stop fucking up. Okay, over 200%. Give him the judgment. This is where I'd use my Icarus wing. If I had one! Look at that. Four wounds of his tentacles. Okay. It's okay though. We have access to Cure 3. If we could actually just land more hits on the bastard. No, Mighty Strikes is gone. Our next weapon skill's gonna suck. Oh man, this is gonna turn out to be a waste of an orb, isn't it? That's okay. We'll try to save up for 200% again. Oh dear. Dude, he's fucking trucking us here. 300 damage per? Fuck crazy. Ugh, we're so boned. So fucking boned. Wow. I really boned myself by not getting that Icarus wing. Wow. I just feel dumb now. I pulled an apathetic AJ there. The lesson is, you bring a fucking Icarus wing. Jesus, I feel stupid. It's okay though. It's par for the course these days. I haven't had enough caffeine today. Anyway, that's probably enough for today. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and have a great day. And I'll see you again next time.